find myself in a very obscure location just outside London. I'm looking for the band, but this just doesn't seem right. So, what now?
Filming their new video in this warehouse takes Ryan Morris, Adam Jenkins and Tyron Layley back to school. In those days, they practiced in Ryan's dad's garage, recorded their own music, did the artwork and printed the CDs at home.
Guys! Hey, Jono. How you doing?
How are you, man?
Oh.
I know you guys are a do-it-yourself band, but this is taking it to a whole new level.
It's a health and safety nightmare. So, yeah, you got to be careful walking around set. You don't lose a foot or a hand or something.
So what's the reason behind all the banging and the breaking of the poor musical instruments in the middle here?
We didn't want to go with the conventional kind of performance scene where it's just like us in a jam room, that kind of thing. So we thought, let's just take it to another level and just make one kind of structure and just kind of do stuff all around it and just combine instruments into one.
We're trying to be artistic with the whole thing and build like a big sculpture out of musical instruments, basically.
Where did you find all these instruments?
It's fascinating what you can pick up on eBay, literally for nothing. We are picking up pianos for 99p, organs from old grannies. We ventured off somewhere on some farm in the middle of England and picked up pianos and all sorts.
Their music has featured on the hit US TV show CSI New York, and they'd be the first to admit that CSI has a much bigger effects budget than this video.
This futuristic Mad Max music machine is finally taking shape, but I'm sure you've got something else up your sleeve.
Absolutely. This thing is ready to rock into space. Check this.
Experimentation is what led them to do that track for CSI, and in it they found a new musical direction. The result is Move Like a Sinner, their second full-length album, but it almost never was.
It's a huge decision to pack up everything you have and to leave for a strange place.
You know, some of the best bands, some of the greatest bands in the world are from the UK. We've got the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and we just... it was always a dream just to leave the motherland, leave the homeland and go and pursue our dream.
Like every great story, it wasn't easy in the beginning. Those early days in Lewisham were very dark times.
When you think about coming to London, you think about landing and seeing all these big city lights and you think, oh, it's so exciting. Like when we landed, it felt like we landed in the ghettos basically, because it was all just like dull and dirty and it wasn't what we imagined. And I think that kind of like gave us a bit of a shock.
In fact, within 6 months, the band had split and you guys had gone your separate ways.
Yeah, I think London affects everyone differently. So I think musically, we kind of wanted different things because it opened us up to so much, you know, like there is no rules in London. There's a market for every kind of music, where in South Africa it was very focused, you know, if you weren't commercial enough, you couldn't really make a living.
Often a breakup does wonders for a relationship. Do you think that's been the same with your music and the way it's evolved?
In those years that we were apart, I think we gained so much and learned so much, and we know how to do things differently this time. So.
If you're visiting London, What Now play the Camden Rocks Festival on the 1st of June. But best of all, this September, October, they're back home for a series of headline shows.